The budget B SUV space is currently a war zone. The shift from B hatchbacks to SUVs in South Africa is hard to ignore, and many manufacturers are trying to get their slice of the pie. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this review of an important model in the B SUV segment, the Citroen C3 Aircross. The model you see on screen is a 2025 Citroen C3 Aircross 1.2 turbo max 5-seater automatic, and in this video we'll be reviewing its design, its interior and practicality, how it drives, and its price. Without wasting any time, let's jump right into it. The Citroen C3 Aircross underwent an 85,000 Rand price cut from its predecessor, making it an attractive package for those who want a budget SUV. While some premium touches have been lost with this repositioning, Citroen's quirkiness and charm runs deep in this car's DNA. Some elements which look great on this car include an aggressive front end with daytime running lights, 17-inch alloy wheels, black mirror caps with indicator repeaters, roof rails, and an optional two-tone paint scheme. In terms of length, the Citroen C3 Aircross is a school ruler longer than the Suzuki Fronx. It's a relatively big car and it doesn't do a very good job of hiding its size. But what are your thoughts on the design of this car? Would you opt for the Citroen C3 Aircross in white with a platinum grey roof, platinum grey with a white roof, or Cosmo blue with a white roof? Let me know in the comment section below, and while you're at it, please like, share and subscribe. Do all of those YouTube things, I really do appreciate it. And if you are looking for a new Citroen, be sure to check out SMH Multi-Franchise in Bryanston. They have massive specials on the smaller Citroen C3 Feel with about 30 units in stock. Moving to the interior, and the design is good, but the colors are questionable, to say the least. For example, you have a black leatherette steering wheel, bronze-looking inserts on a dashboard which is dark grey at the top and a cream-like color at the bottom. Enough about colors though. Behind the steering wheel you have a digital instrument cluster, and you can scroll through the different designs until you find the one that you like. In the middle of the dashboard you have a 10-inch infotainment system. I love how it doesn't have any lag and you can connect your phone to it wirelessly using Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. Further down you have physical switches for your climate control. To charge your devices, you have a 12-volt socket and a USB slot. Further practical touches include 2 cup holders here and 1 in each door bin. You also have some storage space under the handbrake and a decently sized glove box. It's easy to be comfy in these seats thanks to height adjustment and an armrest for the driver. I'm not sure about the color of the material, but let's not get into that one. Moving to the rear seats, and the Citroen C3 Aircross is all about space. Sitting behind my normal driving position, there's ample leg room and knee room. Headroom is also the least of your worries, and 3 adults can sit next to each other comfortably in here. In terms of practicality, you have pouches behind the front seats, some storage space to hold your keys, 2 USB slots for the rear occupants to charge their devices, and some storage in the door bins. If you are brave enough, you can use these as cup holders. I also love this soft material by a very critical touch point. It looks and feels premium. Moving to the boot, and you have no less than 444 liters of cargo space in here. On the sides of the boot are these hooks that can hang up to 3 kilograms of precious cargo. If you are looking for a spare tire, you won't find it in here. That's because you'll find a full-size spare tire neatly tucked under the car, bakkie style. For the odd occasion that you might need more cargo space, you can tip the rear seats down for a bigger boot. If this still isn't big enough for you, icon, you don't need a car, you need a workhorse. Under the hood you will find a 1.2-liter 3-cylinder turbo petrol engine pushing out 81 kilowatts of power and 205 Newton meters of torque. Power is sent to the front wheels using a 6-speed automatic transmission, and this is important to point out because most of the C3 Aircross's competitors use AMTs and CVTs. Citroen doesn't have any official 0 to 100 km and top speed claims, but I did my own research. I did the 0 to 100 km an hour sprint in 9 seconds, and the car tapped out at a GPS speed of 155 km per hour. Fuel consumption is claimed to be 6.3 liters per 100 kilometers, but during my time with the car, I was getting around 7.5 liters per 100 kilometers. Out on the open road is where the Citroen C3 Aircross absolutely thrashes many of its competitors. The cabin is well insulated and the engine is relatively quiet. The steering action is light, but that comes at the expense of the car being a little bit bland and not so engaging to drive, which isn't necessarily a bad thing in this case. The suspension is comfortable and soaks up bumps very well. It kind of reminds me of the Citroen C5 Aircross we drove in the early days of the channel. It's so good. Also, that 6-speed automatic transmission changes seamlessly and does a good job of knowing which gear you need to be in. The combination of this gearbox and the 1.2-liter turbo engine works so well. After driving the Citroen C3 Aircross, you get the sense that most of the money that goes into this car is allocated to how it drives. Nice one, Citroen. So, what's the damage? If you want a brand new Citroen C3 Aircross 1.2-liter turbo max 5-seater automatic similar to the one you see on screen, expect to pay a price of 354,900 Rand. If you finance that over 72 months at an interest rate of 11.25% with no deposit and no balloon payment, expect your monthly installments to be 6,800 Rand. Add 2 full tanks of petrol and your monthly cost should come up to around 8,800 Rand. When you buy a brand new Citroen C3 Aircross, it comes standard with a 4-year 60,000 km service plan and a 5-year 100,000 km warranty, which is one of the best plans you can find in a B SUV. So, what are my final thoughts on the 2025 Citroen C3 Aircross? For the money, it's a great car. The ride quality is good, it has strong performance, and the service plan is one of the best on the market. The cherry on top is that 6-speed automatic transmission. If I were in the market for one, however, I'd pay the extra 10,000 Rand and get the 7-seater option, which is also the cheapest 7-seater SUV in South Africa at the moment. Whichever one you opt for, this is a winning package and it deserves to sell well. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, and if you want to see more videos like this, please consider subscribing to the channel. But guys, thank you so much for watching. Until the next one, take care and stay driven. Getting married will change you as a person. Even when I drive, I show off my ring. Homonati man.